In the heart of America, the legendary Ford Bronco has been alive for decades. When Ford finally revisited and reimagined the new era of Bronco, people flocked to dealerships to take ownership of this reborn machine. In today's video, we team up with some of the most passionate fans of this legendary vehicle to find some of the coolest 6th generation Broncos around. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Alrighty folks, in today's video we are hunting for some of the best 6th gens here at Super Celebration East. We've got a special collaboration. You guys know Short Mitch, 5'6" Mitch, you've seen him on this channel plenty. A lot of you guys know a lot taller Mitch. How's it going, Mitch? How tall are you?
Between 6'2" and 6'4" when I'm wearing my heels.
Same deal, I gained about an inch or two in the in the heels as well. We wanted your help to search for some of the best 6th generation Broncos here at Super Celebration East. You obviously deal with a lot of them, so we figured your perspective could help us achieve some of the, kind of sift through a lot of the Broncos out here. Are you down?
I'm down. Is it cliche to pick my own first?
Potentially. I couldn't say the same about myself because there's a lot of nice Broncos out here. But I think you have a good one behind us, so let's talk about it. Why would you pick it as one of your favorites?
So the reason that I pick this one as one of my favorites is primarily because of the thought process that went into it. It's not just sticking a whole bunch of things on a Bronco in hopes that it just looks different. It's actually thinking about the end product before you start.
So you're saying you're a smart guy and that's why this vehicle makes sense, right?
That's not exactly what I was saying because I am from Alabama, so you know.
The smartest Alabamian on the planet.
I have all my teeth, okay?
Just kidding.
Well, cool. No, I think it's a good looking build, man. I think it's definitely there on the top 10, and we've got 400 or 500 to sift through. So with this being one of them, do you got 2 more that we can pick out?
I have 2 more that I think you guys will absolutely love. Let's go take a look at it.
Let's go do that mile-long walk across the field and get our steps in. Alrighty, folks, who better to help us find some of the best 6th gen Broncos here than the man himself, Jordan Parker. Dude, you've probably seen more 6th gen Broncos than anybody. You know quite a bit about them based on the videos.
Good chance.
So with that said, let's go ahead and take a hunt around this corral and see if we can corner a few of these steeds, if you will.
Perfect.
All right, Jordan, so what do we got behind us?
So this is a 2-door Badlands in Hot Pepper Red Metallic. This is a new color for 22, 23, and I think it's honestly an underhyped color. Ford came out early with Rapid Red, which I loved, and Race Red, and this is kind of a nice blend between Race Red and Rapid Red since they discontinued Rapid Red. Dark bumper, dark grille, dark wheels. It just looks great.
What else about it appealed to you when you were picking this as one of the best Broncos here in the corral?
Yeah, so I love builds that are a little bit understated, not too flashy, but look practical, kind of utilitarian, and would make sense for not only off-road, but also daily driving. So here we got a really nice rack, semi-low profile, doesn't come over the sides, doesn't have the pack racks like the Trail Racks does, but it carries just enough. You got a Roam case up there, and it all just complements one another. I think sometimes there can be a tendency to continue to add and add and add, and I do think in the Broncos, less can be more. And so I think this is a great example of that. I'm also biased because they have our new fender badges to the side here, which we just released a few weeks ago. If you want to come around here, the dark grays and blacks, the tonal look with this brighter, more vibrant hot pepper red, I think it's just a great look. Plus can't go wrong with the 2-door.
It's perfect. I agree with you. I think the red and the minimalism look sweet on this thing. We're lucky because all we have to do is hunt around the corral for some of these Broncos. So with that said, let's go find another rig to check out.
Yes.
Okie dokie, folks. I gotta be honest, sometimes I think that the male perspective can start to get a little old. You know, every dude has an opinion. So what we decided to do for this video was get the female perspective. And who better than Ali Dubois? Tell us a little bit about yourself before we dive into the rig behind us and what makes it one of your favorites. What's the Bronco background that you're bringing to this event?
So I'm a newbie at all of this, honestly.
Same here.
So I am our Bronco specialist at the dealer that I work at, and I placed an order just to see what my customers were going through. Went to dealer preview for off-rodeo, had Mike Clouds as my instructor, and fell in love with Bronco. When I was getting on the plane, I had gotten that lucky email saying your Bronco's pulled for production, and there was no turning back from there. So
that coveted email did it for you, huh? The timing of off-rodeo, the excitement, and now you get the email, you're like, boom, I'm in. Because you weren't going to follow through.
I was not. I was actually going to go ahead and let whoever have it. Obviously, I had all of the constraints. I did drop Sasquatch, and funny enough, a week later, my Bronco did get pulled, so I do think that truly was one of the things. After off-roading for the first time, because off-rodeo was the first time my tires have ever touched rocks. So, like, I had no idea, and the fact that they put all that confidence in me, and now I do it almost weekly in Michigan, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Perfect. Well, there you go. That's Allie for you. Now, having that background, Allie, let's talk about the rig behind us and what makes it one of your favorites here at Super Celebration, Tennessee.
This is Modified Mike's Bronco. He has an entire setup from fishing poles that he can put up on the front, all the way to his camping rig and his roof rack. He has so many uses for this thing. I just think it's incredible. What I also like is, well, one, he did get a lucky first edition, but he actually painted the dash to match the lightning blue on the outside.
Oh, no way. Yeah, no, this is a great build. Shout out to Mike and what he's done with this thing. What do you say we go find rigs 2 and 3?
I'm up for it. Let's go.
Let's do it. We are on the hunt for some of the best 6th gen Broncos here. We found some help. We've got Gavin here. Gavin, you're 11 years old and you've got some opinions on some of the best Broncos here. So tell us about the rig behind us and what makes it your favorite.
This is the Max Slider Bronco Raptor, or some people say the Raptor. This thing looks like it's straight out of Baja. I love the cactus gray, first of all. It's one of my favorite colors. Mixed with the white bumpers and all of the lights. Just looks awesome. Another thing I love about this is the rims. These are not factory. These just match the whole vehicle so well. That rounds up for this Bronco. Now let's move on to the next one.
Perfect. There you guys go. Max Slider Bronco, 6th gen Raptor. You can't go wrong with that. I think Miles kind of nailed it. So, did I say Miles? Yes. Gavin nailed it. Okay, Mitch, what goes into the thought process behind you picking a Bronco here? There's so many Broncos, there's so many things done. Is there anything that appeals to you?
So I would say the very first thing would be the overall aesthetic. There's a fine line between customizing it and not overdoing it, if that makes any sense.
Practical, unique, not overdone. Because sometimes there can be a tendency to just keep going and not necessarily know when to stop. Sometimes less is more.
Functionality. Nothing too over the top crazy, but just something unique that not everyone has done.
So first we'll look at looks. All about the looks.
What is that person going to be using the Bronco for? So many people just start adding stuff to it, but it doesn't help to their functionality.
Having it able to do everything you need it to do without adding excess weight, excess drag.
Second, power, like in the Raptors, they are more powerful than the standard Broncos.
Is someone just slapping things on their Bronco just to do it, or is it actually accomplishing a goal?
Third, the rims. Rims are definitely one thing.
Okay. Mitch and Mitch have come across another vehicle that makes sense to me, and we're going to hear why you think it should make some of the top Broncos here at Bronco Super Celebration East.
Absolutely. So there's also another thing that I really like, and that is the bigger the better. The 40-inch tires to start out with. The other beautiful thing about this vehicle is the coloration. I love the way that the color looks, especially with this textured wrap. And I can't commend enough a guy that's willing to promote his business on the side of his Bronco. A couple of other things that I like about this particular build are the rock slides. I've got those same things on my truck. And
why do you need rocks? I don't even run rock slide steps on. Why do you need rock slides?
I got a couple of 6-year-old kids, okay? But
there we go. You don't use them.
I don't use
You
them.
cut the step on your side because you. What else about the rig kind of ties it together for you?
I really do like bigger tires because if you're planning on using this thing, it really does go a long way. Now, there is a breaking point to that where if you go too big, it's kind of hard to wheel it. But to me, this would be as big as I would ever want to go. But I think it's just kind of nice to see one at the top end of that.
I 100% agree with you. The texture is sick. Just kind of speaks, especially for what this guy does, which is tattoos. You know, you look at this rig and it's like, okay, that guy's got an artist's eye. So I agree, man. Good pick.
Absolutely.
Well, let's go track down that third build.
Fantastic. Let's go.
All right, so this is going to be my second favorite Bronco here at Supercell. What I love about it is that he's made it into his own little Raptor, which I think is really cool. From the grill to the lights to the tires, he originally had a Badlands, and he's done all of this customization. He also was one of the first ones that I've noticed that had that hardtop Anderson Composites top as well. Again, I'm a huge customization person, so the fact that he has all of his logos for his social media, things like that, just to put his own little personal touch on it. I love that. So I think it's awesome that you cannot get a golden ticket for a Raptor. You can at least build your own little one out.
Could start piecing it together. Good pick on your second one. Let's go track down that third Bronco.
All right, perfect.
This is a custom wild track from Bad Broncos. It has wide body kit, if that's what you want to call it, so wider fenders. It has 37s on it. We have a Mission 12X mile marker, winch up front, light bar up top, which in my opinion, all these lights makes it look like 30 times better.
The more lights, the better, would you say, Gavin?
Yeah. Here, custom tail lights, the air brake lights. These are not standard on the Bronco.
Those are Oracle lights. We do sell those, guys, in case you were wondering.
That about wraps up this Bronco. Let's move on to the next one.
So this is another one of my favorite Broncos. This is Casey Wagner's. He's a member of ours. He's crisscrossed across the country in this Bronco. Moab, King of Hammers, down here he's from Michigan. So he drives a lot. I think it was almost to 40,000 miles. But another thing I really love in Broncos is things that are more unique that not a lot of people do. And you rarely see a rack on a soft top. So what's awesome is that he has all the benefits of the soft top, but all the practicality and the utilitarian features of a rack. So I love when people kind of customize, and these vehicles are so modular. So when people put their own spin on a vehicle and don't just take the path of least resistance or what most people do and do something a little bit unique is what I love to see. And Casey's no exception here. Got the Casey lights up top. Again, our new fender badges. He added the Ford Performance beadlock rings, which I really like. And it's just a clean, again, it's not too flashy. He didn't overdo it, but it's practical. You can do a lot in it. You can off-road, you can sleep in it, but it's also great as a daily driver.
Yeah, I think the argument that you're making kind of fits into what made the early Broncos so popular, which is people were able to put their own spin. Right on, Jordan. I think you're 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
We got to find one more.
Four.
Nice. Plenty of people hanging out. I think we got a winner here. We got a pretty popular one. So, Mitch, why don't we talk about it?
Absolutely. So a couple of different things. This is a 21, and the way that you can tell that is because of the color. I absolutely love the antimatter blue because at night it looks black. During the day, it looks like this really, really dark blue. I love the rack system that he's got on top with the whole rooftop tent up there. But my favorite thing, because of I kind of grew up around this kind of world, is the stereo system in the back. Let's go look at it.
Let's check it out.
I really do like the whole rack system that he's got back here. Everything is just really well thought out for what his goal was. Once again, that's kind of the theme behind all my selections, is thinking the build through from the very, very beginning.
Yeah, I always love when grown men compliment other men's racks. It's kind of the support of the community.
You had to go there.
Why are you up here, by the way? There we go.
Just going down. Yeah.
That would be nice. But so that sound system, let's check that out. Yeah.
So not only does he have some functionality going on back here with your tailgate table and also the Dometic fridge, but behind it is absolutely insane. So down here, we've got a subwoofer box with a dual JL Audio shallow 12-inch subs. And then up here, there are some really cool wakeboarding boat, basically speaker systems. So that way, if you're partying at the campsite, everybody can hear you.
I thought I was cool with my little 10-inch enclosed ones that I put under the seat, but I don't think they will compare to what he's got going back here. This is sick. Well, there you go. That is Mitchell Watts from Town & Country TV's top 3 builds here at Super Celebration East in Tennessee. Mitch, thank you, man. I agree with every single one of your builds, including yours, dude. I think it's a killer. We'll see ya.
You, man.
So this is my third and final pick, because, only have 3, so it's limited. I would have hundreds. Starting off at the front, we have a Warren winch up here. You could get this aftermarket or factory. We have the wheels and 35-inch tires. And then moving on, we have the rigid LED spotlights. I guess they're spotlights. Rigid LED light bar up there.
Let me ask you this, Gavin. When it comes to the rack, have you seen a lot of these going on the soft tops?
I have not.
Does that play into the impressiveness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most of this you see on hardtop. This is going to wrap up this Bronco. And do you have anything else to say?
Now I'm getting interviewed. Now we get to go find my favorite rigs.
Oh, yeah.
No. Gavin, you did an awesome job. I think I totally agree with the 3 picks that you chose. Where can they find you?
Driven Wild Outdoors on YouTube, Driven Wild Outdoors on Instagram, and Gavin's Toy Garage on Instagram.
Perfect. Check him out, guys. Gavin, you're stinking awesome, man. We will catch you later.
See ya.
Okay, so for number 3, this isn't a direction I would usually go in, but I think the look is clean, simple. Now what this Bronco has done that I haven't seen before is kind of, at least on a cactus gray with this wheel and paint combination, is this white stripe. Usually not a fan of decals, but I think this one, it's tonal enough with the cactus gray that it works, and then you have the Outer Banks black accents around the front, black grille, whatnot. And I think it honestly does come together really nicely, especially since the letters on the grill are white. They replaced the Sasquatch badge on the sides. Instead of the sticker for Outer Banks, which would usually be that blue diamond, they just have a nice, beefy metal Sasquatch badge over here. So again, not something I'd usually go for, but I think it's nice. I think it's got a classy look.
Well, Jordan, we appreciate the time, man. There you go. That is Jordan Parker's top 3 6th-gen Broncos here at Super Celebration, Tennessee, the biggest gathering of Broncos in the country, probably even the world. So thanks for the time, Jordan. Have fun with the cowboy hat, dude. You should wear it more often. We'll see you, man. Alrighty, Allie, for your third and final build, tell us what appeals to you about this one, as if it's not obvious enough.
What don't I like about this thing? So I'm a huge fan of the RTR grills, which he went ahead and did. Again, he is completely set for absolutely anything and everything. One thing that truly stuck out is his forged carbon fiber fender flares. He has a complete setup for anything going to the beach and things like that. So honestly, from camping, from going to the beach.
Well, let's check out the back. We're actually at the owner right here. It's Miles, right?
Jamie.
That's all right. That's all right.
Man, you said Miles twice now.
God, who is Miles?
That's why.
That's it.
Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie.
Jamie, kind of tell us about what you've got going in here since you happen to be around. I mean, this thing is packed out. What are you doing with it?
When I purchased this, I was like, okay, I need to have an Outer Banks Bronco. So we spent a lot of trips to the beach. We ride on the dunes, have campfires, stuff like that. So the whole Fisker set up if I need to cut firewood.
You got the shovels for digging holes at the beach.
Right.
My personal favorite thing to do at the beach. But Miles, dude, I don't get it, man. I don't get what's happening. I'm losing it. Jamie, you have set this thing up beautifully. What are some of your favorite mods that you've done to a build like this? Because obviously it appeals to a young lady like Allie. It appeals to myself, the things you've done.
I have to point out too, I mean, he has one of the first few that Mountains to Metal have. I mean, he even has back security in here that he can lock anything he wants back here.
Hide anything. That's right.
That's actually pretty stinking sick.
Isn't this awesome?
Well, Jamie, what's one of the favorite things that you've done to this build?
A few things. The Mountains to Metal, I guess, drop-down tray. Absolutely great. If I need to store my cooler in, I can pop it up and get a little extra space. And if I don't need it, I can put it down and store stuff on top of it. I've got this tray up top here, which stores a lot.
Well, Jamie, dude, you did a crazy good job.
Thanks.
This is one of my favorite builds here. Ignore the comments of the internet because they'll either like it or they won't. But I think you did a good job, man. So we appreciate the time. And Allie, that's your third pick. So I think we've kind of wrapped up. I know it was probably a hard task to do. Again, with over 400, 500 Broncos here. But we appreciate the time. I agree with all of your picks, and I think you did a great job. So thanks for the help.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to figure out how to end this video with the energy that we have left. I have no energy left. So I'm not even going to go hunting for my favorite 6th-gen Broncos. I think that everybody who helped us out picked a lot of the ones that I would have decided to go for. But one last shout out to everybody that helped out. Leave it down in the comment section if you guys had a favorite rig here at Super Celebration Tennessee. And make sure you check out some of the other videos from this event because it really wore us out trying to get these. I'm tired. Evan's tired. He's almost fallen asleep there behind the camera. Emmanuel's going to be walking around on crutches for the next 2 weeks. Because we put a lot of work into this event, and it was all for you guys, so we hope you guys like it. We hope you guys subscribe. We hope you guys stick around for more. So with that said, wish me luck because I've got 3 weeks to work on my Pitbull before our event, and that is it. We'll see you out there on the trail. Peace. How do you feel, Evan?
I'm sore, I'm tired, my knees hurt, my feet hurt, everything hurts.
How do you feel, Emmanuel? You still limping around?
Yes, sir.
Stay hard.
Stay hard.